Hi, my darlings, welcome back. So, Trump just gave $20 billion to Argentina while US farmers are crying over lost contracts and broken promises. And the worst part, Argentina sells beans to China, which was once America's buyer. And now US farmers are losing millions. And whispers are going around that this wasn't just charity, right? There were political strings. Many farmers feel betrayed. They were serious voters, promised protection, and now all they see are policies that directly hurt them. But let's watch the clips and we'll come back and talk about it.
I can't believe the first time I turned on the TV on anything political, and this is what I have to see.
Yes, sir. That's right. Trump's $20 billion bailout of Argentina is now contingent on whether or not the people of Argentina vote for his political allies party in the upcoming election. So the Argentinian economy is teetering on the edge of collapse, which it is, and Trump is forcing the people of Argentina to choose between economic collapse or voting the way Trump wants them to in an election that, by the way, is being held in just 2 weeks. The whole thing is so outrageous that an Argentinian reporter followed up with Trump about it later, asking Trump to clarify if he really meant that U.S. support for Argentina would depend on the results of the upcoming elections. And here's how Trump responded.
If he loses, we are not going to be generous with Argentina.
Could be more clear there. That is what Trump is using $20 billion of taxpayers' money for.
This motherfucking orange buffoon is using our money, the taxpayers' money, to interfere in the elections of a sovereign country, Argentina, and said, you better vote my way or you're not going to get the money that we give this government. We give these people $6 trillion a year. If you include state and local taxes, we give $10 trillion to the government, and they can't help the American people. No, he's going to dangle this shit so that the people in Argentina can vote the way he wants them to vote. This is insanity. This is insane. And then he just says it out loud like this cannot be legal. I know this is not legal. This cannot be legal. There's got to be something that says that this is not legal. You cannot interfere in another country's elections like this using our tax-paying money. Our money. We can't even afford fucking groceries. Rent is sky high. Thanks, Trumpers. Thank you. Thank you for the gift that keeps on giving. You stupid. Let me calm down. Well, I don't even understand how this is possible. I don't understand how any of this is possible. This government is a joke. We are living in a banana republic, and the orange diaper-wearing buffoon is at the fucking wheel. He is basically threatening to not give these people our money so that they can vote for his little friend in Argentina. Oh my God. Well, you think that it can't get any worse, and it does. It just does.
I'm truly sick of them acting like the suffering is not the point. Because how the fuck are you gonna spend $20 billion bailing out Argentina? And the Trump administration and House and Senate Republicans are also all sitting back telling us that they're okay with the average American spending $1,700 a month in healthcare premiums if they're on an Affordable Care Act health insurance plan, all because of this government shutdown. The suffering is the point, because, not newsflash, anyone who is utilizing the Affordable Care Act can't afford a fucking $1,700 a month premium bill. Are you fucking kidding me? Unfortunately, that's what most Americans are spending on rent every month. So now you're going to ask them to pay a second rent just so that they can afford their prescription medications. You're okay with Americans already living at or below the poverty line spending the same amount on health insurance that they are on their fucking rent, and you're simultaneously going to send $20 billion to Argentina?
Farmers were pleading to the Trump administration for help, and they expressed so much anger that the Trump administration gave your tax dollars and my tax dollars to the tune of $20 billion to Argentina, who turned around then and went straight to China and said, hey, we'll trade directly to you. And China, as a result, put in 0 orders with U.S. farmers because Argentina used that $20 billion to reduce the cost of exporting to China. Remember that outrage? And remember when Republicans were texting each other, oh my God, I think we fucked up with this $20 billion to Argentina because now China's the one benefiting from all this and our farmers are screwed, right? Well, I am happy to say that the Trump administration heard you, Mr. Farmer. He heard our farming community. He heard other Republicans, especially in Congress, who expressed concern. They understood what they did and how it's harming farmers, and they took action. And you'll be happy to know they're giving Argentina another $20 billion of your tax dollars and my tax dollars. Now, I want Trump supporters to know that you are now officially out of the honeymoon phase and part of the narcissistic fascist regime. They don't care about you. They never did. They got what they wanted from you, and they're going to keep getting more from you, even though you're not going to like it. You can't stop it.
So here we are, 2 weeks into the government shutdown, and Trump just invited Argentina's president to the White House to discuss, $20 billion that he's just going to give Argentina out of taxpayers' dollars. What the fuck about us? We in the government shutdown right now. Over 4,000 federal workers was just fired. Air safety control, they've been working for free. You expect motherfuckers to do this shit for free because they care about air safety? I get that. But bro, what about what's going on in our motherfucking country? Trump said Argentina is a very beautiful country and he would hate to see it fail. So they go another $20 billion bailout? You might as well go try to run for president over there, brother. I'm not gonna lie. Try to keep it thorough as possible. He said if the president of Argentina, Javier Milei, wins the election, he will be 100% backing Argentina. I know some of y'all don't care, but if the other presidents win the election, he will not be backing Argentina because they wouldn't be making Argentina great again. He wants everything to be great. But here go a little secret. Start here, brother.
Of Argentina is circling the drain, counterclockwise, because it's beneath the equator. Worse, it's failing because they did all the things we did here, slashing essential services, its leader cosplaying with a chainsaw like a dork, and rewarding corruption and incompetence while its people suffer. In other words, the Elon Musk model. Musk and our Treasury Secretary both actually encouraged investment in Argentina, and now those investments, like the country, are underwater and need rescuing because our rich guy welfare knows no boundaries. So the United States is lending a purple hand. Well, Argentina wanted a green one, full of $20 billion. It's the most American dollars to head to South America since Don Jr.'s bachelor party. You see, we saved all that money by not giving veterans health care or feeding poor children. Besides, what could be more American than helping a nation that opened its doors to Joseph Mengele after World War II, RFK Jr.'s eugenics hero? So we're handing U.S. taxpayer money to depraved, incompetent right-wingers, no matter how much they fail. The Elon Musk model. With this cash infusion, our gaucho amigos have been able to keep their soybean prices low for China, while Americans can go on keeping other soybeans rotting and unsold due to Trump's illegal tariff war. A win-win if you're Chinese or Argentinian or a hedge fund manager. If you're an American farmer, you just say, soy un perdedor. But hey, most of them owned the libs that last election, so totally worth it. They bet the farm, and now they can go buy the farm. But don't cry for them, Argentina. Actually, our farmers would like a bailout, like Argentina, but unfortunately, it takes two to tango. So they have to sit and wait and pray to their Orange Evita, who really cares about their plight. except for the caring part. Eat a crypto coin, Cletus, or buy a $90 Christmas ornament from the third lady. She's no farmer, but she's proven she can handle a pair of soybeans for the right price. Oh, correction. She's no farmer, but she's proven she can shuck an old ear of corn for the right price. Okay. Correction. She's no farmer, but she's proven she can let her crops get dusted for the right price. Oh, I have a correction. She's no farmer, but she's an expert in animal husbandry. Her beau is a weevil. News from the forest.
What about our farmers here? What about cutting health care costs? What about the subsidies for the Affordable Care Act for Obamacare? What about restoring the cuts to Medicaid or Medicare, Donald Trump? But instead, Donald Trump is using $20 billion of our taxpayer money to send to Argentina to his friend. This is making America great. This is America first. No, it's not. It's helping those friends of Donald Trump, which is all he does, which is so wrong.
Dear Monpa MAGA, you keep saying Donald Trump is America first. So I just want to know, what the hell are you talking about? Because in the real America, eggs are $3.59 a dozen, milk's $4.17 a gallon, steaks $12 a pound, and ground beef over $6. That's not dinner, that's a down payment. Inflation's up 2.9%, GDP dropped 0.3%, unemployment's at 4.3%, the highest it's been in 4 years. Small businesses are bleeding, farmers are begging, and the goddamn government is shut down. Infrastructure, frozen, military pay on the chopping block, but Trump's $200 million ballroom at the White House still going up. Gold ceilings, velvet curtains, the whole Versailles cosplay. While you're stretching ground beef with breadcrumbs, Mr. America First is out in the Middle East calling himself a peacemaker. And get this, he's just greenlit a $20 billion bailout for Argentina. Not for you, not for American workers, for hedge fund billionaires, his rich buddies, so they don't have to lose money on bad bets.
Argentina rescue package, America First.
It's really meant to help a good financial philosophy where Argentina can, after 20 years of disaster.
He's literally using your money to make his donors richer. That's not America First. That's a con job wrapped in a flag. Chicken's up, bread's up, rent's up, gas, insurance, utilities, all up. Your paycheck, still flat, your savings, gone, and this orange fraud's out there selling the country like a clearance condo in Dubai. He doesn't give a goddamn about America. He doesn't care about your bills, your job, or your kids. He cares about his name, his money, and his next foreign payday. He isn't America first, he's Donald Trump first. Always has been, always will be. So next time he says America first, remember, he's lying. Because right now, America's paying more for eggs, steak, and rent, while he's building a ballroom and bailing out billionaires. Donald Trump is Donald Trump first. And America, we're just the suckers picking up that goddamn tab.
Guess who was involved in this economic collapse that's happening in Argentina right now? While he did not start it, I will give him that credit, he did not start it, he praised it all along, and then Elon Musk got involved. Seems to be that every time he gets involved in anything political, the government starts falling. Maybe you should add that to his LinkedIn profile. But you're going to want to pay attention. The United States government cannot find any money for its own people, but can suddenly send $20 billion to a South American country to stabilize their economy as our economy is currently in a freefall. And again, in case you need help pulling your head out of that orifice, Amazon does sell a 55-gallon drum of lube.
We have a president and a billionaire running treasury again, and they're making deals based on things that are behind the scenes of their friends and family that have investments in different things, different companies, different countries, different things like that. So he's applying taxpayer money to assist countries that if they fail, friends of his lose a bunch of money. If they don't, then it's really good for everybody involved, and I'm sure there's kickbacks. But I don't understand how Republicans, any Republicans that pretend even their little pinky is actually a patriot or patriotic American part,
The Argentinian economy works on both pesos and dollars, and every so often they run out of dollars. And normally the IMF is the one that bails them out, the International Monetary Fund. But for some reason, we're doing that now. And there's so many layers to this. The first thought is, where the fuck did you guys get $20 billion to be able to do this? Like, in the United States right now, we have the soybean farmers that are struggling, that haven't received any kind of bailout. In the month of November, people are not going to receive food stamps. They're not going to receive their SNAP benefits because of the federal government shutdown. There are like a billion better uses for this money that we could be, like, programs that we could be funding, like universal pre-K or childcare or basically anything else. But no. What is doubly funny about this situation, I mean, it's not funny, haha. It's not funny, haha. But it's ironic is that not only is Trump screwing over the farmers because of the trade war, but he's screwing them over double because he's giving this money to Argentina. You know who China is buying the soybeans from instead of the United States? Argentina and Brazil. And it's just so funny because it's like, do you guys understand yet that this man doesn't give a fuck about you? He said he was going to do a $10 billion bailout to the farmers. Where's the proposal? Where's the money? And also, I would like to point out, like, the Republican Party is borderline schizophrenic when it comes to its policy. Like, are we doing America first or not? Because Americans are struggling in this country right now, economically, living paycheck to paycheck, and we're giving a $20 billion loan to a foreign country because, what's the interest? Because you want to combat China's influence in the region? Because the president is like MAGA? Bad reasons. And it's not even like this is a long-term solution. Like, you give them the money, they're not going to pay it back. And on top of it, in the future, like, this is a cycle where they don't have enough American dollars, and so the country is put into economic crisis. Even for the America First people who are like with that agenda, this is not giving that at all. Like, you guys literally said that we needed to cut USAID because it's not like America's responsibility to be saving the world. And then you gave $20 billion to a foreign country because their economy is in crisis. So the literally starving children who were being helped by USAID, they weren't worth the American taxpayer money. That was a waste of money, according to Donald Trump and according to Elon Musk, right? The water sanitation programs, that was a waste of money. The HIV prevention programs, that was a waste of money. But when it comes to Argentina and their economic crisis, take that money right out of Americans' pockets to give it to that government. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? I heard an economist say on CBS, like, there is no economic rationale. Like, it's a geopolitical rationale. And it's just like...
This is called betrayal, right? Giving billions overseas while your own people suffer at home. That is not leadership. That is misdirection, right? So what do you guys think? Was this a diplomatic strategy or was it just political favoritism? And should farmers turn on the leaders who asked for their votes, right? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Credit goes to all original creators. Quick disclaimer, this is just for educational purposes. I'm just bringing you guys the news. Thank you so much for tapping in when you saw this video. And as usual, I'll see you on my next one.